Hello, good evening and welcome to Primetime News. I'm Nadim Majid.
And I'm Nicola D'Souza.
The Ranbhoomi Unity Night, the culmination of the historic Ranbhoomi Rally for Unity, got underway at the Golf Green earlier this evening, following a grand ceremony held under the auspices of President Maithripala Sirisena.
Now we have all the details coming up on the bulletin, but first here's a look at tonight's headlines.
The Ranbhoomi Rally marks its end at Golf Green. Ranbhoomi Unity Night gets underway under the auspices of President Maithripala Sirisena. MP Rajiva Vijay Singh alleges that Parliament committees have not convened for several months. Sajinwa submits bail application to the High Court.
Marking the conclusion of an epic 33-day-long journey to foster national unity, peace, coexistence and harmony, the Ranbhoomi Rally for Unity reached the Golf Green this evening.
President Maithripala Sirisena was the chief guest at the closing ceremony. For more than a month, the Ranbhoomi Rally for Unity brought Sri Lankan hearts together brick by brick, travelling through villages, towns, mountains, valleys, plains and beaches.
The Ranbhoomi Rally for Unity was ushered to the Golf Green with much pomp and ceremony by the police marching band. As the rally made its way to the iconic landmark, the national flag that accompanied the rally on its journey was planted at the Golf Green. President Maithripala Sirisena then arrived at the venue, marking the beginning of the closing ceremony and the Ranbhoomi Unity Night.
මේ දැවන්ත කාර්ය මේ රටට හඳුන්වා දෙන
මොහොතමදගේ ජනාධිපති මෛත්‍රීපාල සිරිසේන අවர்களே,
the President of the Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka, His Excellency President Maithripala Sirisena, for the Ranbhoomi Rally for Unity.
President Sirisena ceremonially placed the 100 brick marked with the name of Colombo Fort to be used in the construction of the Ranbhoomi Monument.
Well, throngs of people have gathered at the Golf Green for the Ranbhoomi Unity Night. Let's now cross over live to the festivities at the Golf Green. Well, the images that you are currently witnessing on your screen is live footage from the Golf Green, where the Ranbhoomi Unity Night is currently underway. If you're not already at the Golf Green, we invite you to come down and be a part of this endeavour to foster national unity.
The Ranbhoomi Rally for Unity, which has brought the Golf Green alive at the moment, made its way to Colombo after a colourful and grand ceremony that was held this afternoon at the National Youth Centre in Maharagama.
Organised by the MTV-MBC network, Newsfirst, the National Youth Services Council and the Colombo Port City Project, the The Ranbhoomi Rally for Unity commenced the final leg of its journey today from Moratuwa, spreading the message of peace and coexistence.
The Ranbhoomi Rally for Unity commenced the final day of its journey today from Moratuwa, where people gathered in numbers to extend their wishes to the rally. People flocked opposite the Moratuwa railway station and invoked their blessings on the Ranbhoomi Rally, which began its journey across the island 31 days ago from Talaimana. Cultural performances added more colour to the event that was held to welcome the Ranbhoomi Rally for Unity. People of Moratuwa, well known for their hospitality, banded together as one to etch their mark on the Ranbhoomi Rally for Unity. Bidding farewell to Moratuwa, the Ranbhoomi Rally for Unity made its way to its second stop of the day, Dehiwala thereafter. People from Dehiwala were already geared up to welcome the rally. The Ranbhoomi Rally for Unity, which brought the people of Sri Lanka for one goal during its journey, which spanned over a month, was extended a hearty welcome at this ceremony. The name of Dehiwala too was etched on the Ranbhoomi Rally for Unity, which is driving the nation's strength towards development. Together with the wishes and blessings of the people of Moratuwa, the Ranbhoomi Rally for Unity made its way to one of the most important stops of its journey, the city of Maharagama. The Ranbhoomi Rally, which brought together the masses through its journey starting from Talaimana, reached the National Youth Centre in Maharagama this evening. The National Youth Services Council, which is also contributing to this national effort, had organised a massive pageant at its premises to welcome the rally.
We cannot forget the National Youth Services Council. We also cannot forget the support provided by the Colombo Port City project as well. On behalf of News First, we also wish to thank the Sri Lanka Police for providing the rally with the required protection. I believe that over 200 police stations joined with us during our journey.
Each and every one of you can be proud of the work that you have done and the tasks that you have accomplished for your motherland, its people, its future, and yourselves. Maybe even without realizing it, you have made a commitment set in stone and taken up the torch to usher Sri Lanka into a new era of prosperity and progress. The work that we are doing is for you and the people who will take up the mantle of Sri Lanka and forge ahead towards making this a truly great nation.
We reached your villages and towns, and these bricks passed hand in hand and will be used for the construction of a monument. However, that monument will not be owned by the MTV-MBC network or the National Youth Services Council or the Colombo Port City project. This monument will be owned by the people of this country. Even in the past, during the reign of the kings, the temple and the pagodas were built with the blessings of the people.
The name of Maharagama was added to the list of over 100 names and 1,500 villages that the Ranbhoomi Rally for Unity travelled across during its journey for over a month. After the ceremony in Maharagama, the Ranbhoomi Rally for Unity commenced its journey to the Golf-face Green.
President Maithripala Sirisena says that the national education policy needs to be developed through the identification of national and international needs. The President made this statement addressing a meeting at the Presidential Secretariat.
A meeting of officers from the National Education Commission took place this morning at the Presidential Secretariat. The President's Media Division said that the operations of the National Education Commission was also reviewed.
Although the exterior of technical colleges in the island has an elevated look, there are no lecturers. Most of the courses are not being conducted. I spoke to Tamil, Sinhala, Muslim students and asked them whether they receive a quality education at these technical colleges and whether the country is being benefited. Students from the north and students whose first language is Tamil said that they don't have teachers who could teach them Sinhalese. Students studying in the Sinhalese medium say that they want to learn Tamil. There is a dire need of teachers in the north who could teach Sinhalese at Tamil and Muslim schools.
On to news from Parliament. Parliamentarian Professor Rajiva Vijayasinghe, the leader of the Liberal Party, questioned in Parliament today as to why the parliamentary committees have not convened for several months.
The committee should meet once in 3 months. This contains reports of only 4 such meetings. The Prime Minister had assured that the committees will meet at an early stage so as to bring forth the report that was compiled with regard to the alleged corruption at the central bank. There is a committee to enact the standing orders, but that committee has not held talks for 4 months as well.
I recommend that the advisory committee should convene, but the Speaker had announced that it should be taken up with the COPE committee. We are awaiting the decision by the COPE committee as we feel it's not right to receive the decision of both.
Prime Minister, please heed attention to convene monthly meetings with advisory committees of the respective ministries.
Meanwhile, opposition leader Nimal Siripala de Silva said that the promises made by the government to provide relief to the people have not yet been fulfilled.
Reports received from a number of locations in the country indicate that pledges to increase the payment for Samurdhi beneficiaries by 200%, to provide relief by granting zero interest rates on pawned jewellery at a rate of 250,000 rupees, and to provide relief for senior citizens have not been fulfilled. It has also been reported that the senior citizens who were promised a sum of 2,000 rupees per month, who arrive at a number of post offices, have returned home empty-handed. People who arrived at banks in the hope of receiving the relief were told that such a system has not been implemented.
එවැනි ක්‍රමයක් තවමත් ක්‍රියාත්මක නොමැති බව පවසා ඔවුන් ආපසු යවා ඇත. වැඩිහිට දීමනාව ගෙවීම සඳහා
The allocation of 3,000 rupees for senior citizens is not sufficient. Now we are in the process of allocating up to 5,600 million. The ones who would want to withdraw pawned jewellery will be at a disadvantage as the price of gold is reducing in the world market. Therefore, many have refrained from coming forward to receive the benefit. That is the truth. Speaking about the Samurdhi beneficiaries, allocations of up to 19,610 million has been made, including the months of April and June.
Minister of Housing and Samurdhi Sajid Premadasa says that the opposition's actions are based on a two-faced agenda. The minister made this statement addressing an event in Thissamaharama.
The event was organised to initiate a drinking water project for the people of Andaragasyaya in Thissamaharama.
Nimal Siripala de Silva says that the UNP only shows that they are in favour of the 20th Amendment to the Constitution and that deep inside they are not. I reject that statement. The UNP does not have double standards. We work directly. If we have to make a statement, we say it to the face. It is the opposition that is operating in a double standard manner.
Harsha De Silva, the Deputy Minister of Policy Planning and Economic Affairs, elaborated on certain processes that are underway to enact the 20th Amendment to the Constitution.
Last evening, the Cabinet had accepted the Prime Minister's proposal on the 20th Amendment to the Constitution. This includes all other parties, including the President. When the draft on the 20th Amendment to the Constitution is presented to Parliament, we hope to pass it. We believe that the parties will extend their support for the passage of the 20th Amendment of the Constitution.
The minister made this statement at an event held to distribute nutrition packs to expectant mothers in Rajagiriya.
The 15th commemoration of a former Minister of Industries Development, the late C.V. Gunaratna, was marked at an event held close to the Dehiwala Mount Lavinia Municipal Council.
The commemoration event was presided over by former President Mahinda Rajapaksa.
It is a Cabinet subcommittee that decides whether there is a crime or not and what the charges are. They take in Basil on one particular day and then Gotabe on another. And then they will take in Vimal Veeravansa, who made these decisions and made them public. There is a rumour that the SLFP is being split into two and that I am involved in it. I contested from the SLFP and I did not attempt to divide it.
On to more local news. MP Sajan Divas Gunawardena filed a bail application today at the Colombo High Court, seeking court to reconsider the order made by the Colombo Magistrates Court to place him in remand custody. The bail application is scheduled to be taken up on the 11th of June before High Court Judge Padmini Ranawaka Gunathilaka.
MP Sajan Divas Gunawardena was arrested regarding the misappropriation of 22 vehicles belonging to the Presidential Secretariat during the previous regime. MP Gunawardena requests the High Court to reconsider the decision made by the Magistrates Court and release him.
An individual connected to the events where persons behaved in an unruly manner at the Jaffna Court complex was arrested today in Nallur. The suspect was arrested by the Colombo Crimes Division.
130 persons were arrested for behaving in an unruly manner when suspects over the rape and murder of a school student named Vidya Sivaloganathan in Punkoduthivu, Jaffna were brought to the Jaffna courts. Bail was ordered for 34 of them yesterday and the Jaffna Magistrates Court ordered bail for another 15 suspects today.
An event to distribute concessionary housing loans for 300 families in Panagura was held under the auspices of UNP Western Provincial Councillor S.M. Marika.
The program has been commissioned by the Housing Development Authority. The ceremony was organised at the party office of Councillor S.M. Marika in Kolonnav this morning as part of a series of programs in the pipeline.
We are in need of a large-scale development program. We cannot do all of this in 100 days like the gods. We should be doing all of this according to a proper plan, devoid of any conflict or confusion. In order to do that, we need a set of public representatives who feel they are entrusted with the responsibility to render their service to the people of Kolonnava. That is exactly what I am doing now. I believe that the disservice done by those who were elected over the past 5 polls to the people of Kolonnava will backfire following the next election.
The final rites for senior lawyer Stanley Senasinghe, the late father of Deputy Justice Minister Sujiva Senasinghe, will be observed tomorrow. Senior lawyer Stanley Senasinghe passed away at dawn on Sunday.
IGP Enki Lanka and MP Jayantha Kattagoda paid their last respects to the late Stanley Senasinghe at the Misty Haven residence in Kandy. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe, Ministers Karujaya Surya and Vijayadasa Rajapaksa paid their last respects to late Stanley Senasinghe today. Central Provincial Councillor Azad Sali, Minister Kabir Hashim and Minister Dr. Sarat Amanugama also paid their tribute to the late lawyer.
And now on to business news. Tea prices have taken a nosedive over the past 5 months.
According to statistics issued by the Sri Lanka Tea Board, the price of a kilogram of tea at the end of the month of May was 395 rupees, in comparison to the price at which it was purchased the same period last year, which was 478 rupees. Thereby, the price of a kilogram of tea had slid by 17% in this time frame. Meanwhile, the statistics issued by the Sri Lanka Tea Board indicate that the price of tea purchased in Colombo has seen a drastic decrease between the months of January and May. Thereby, a kilogram of tea, which was priced at 423 rupees during the month of January, came down to 395 rupees at the end of the month. The Central Bank of Sri Lanka cites the ongoing conflict in Russia and the Middle East as the reason for the plunge in tea prices.
Also on business news tonight, Deputy Minister Eran Wickramaratne says that the software industry in particular generates an income of close to $1 billion for the country. He made this comment at the INET Conference 2015, which was organized by the Internet Society of Sri Lanka chapter. Newsfirst was the media sponsor of the two-day conference, which concluded today.
Parallel to the INET Conference 2015, the 20th anniversary of Internet connection in Sri Lanka was commemorated. The conference saw the participation of IT experts and individuals who have made a large-scale contribution towards the development of Internet in the local and international arena.
We are proud of the fact that the industry, software industry in particular, today brings in nearly $1 billion or close to $1 billion of income to this country. But our dreams were much, much bigger and much, much higher. You're not to blame for that, because the subsequent government adopted a model where the state was the center of economic activity. It was the public investment program of 6 or 7% that drove the economy over the past few years. That has to change. And the next government, at the center of that government, will be the enabling environment, creating opportunities for the private sector to flourish and to put in investment so that actually we could create real jobs in the economy rather than just welfare jobs in government, but real jobs in the economy.
We have about 3 billion internet users today, about 40% of world population. And in the next 10, 15 years, we will have more new internet users. In the next 10 to 15 years, we will have 3 billion or more. So that by the end of the next decade, we will have about 80% of world population have internet. Challenge we have is how do we facilitate those new internet users? And most of them will be in Asia and Africa. So these are our issues. And I hope we can contribute.
Yesterday, the Internet Pioneer Awards was presented to 25 individuals.
Minister of Sports and Tourism Navin Dissanayake says that accountants must strive to protect the integrity of their profession. He made this statement at the 3rd annual convocation of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka today.
The annual convocation of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka was held under the auspices of Minister of Sports and Tourism Navin Dissanayake.
To protect your profession and your integrity, you must always understand the professional standards that are needed from you, and you as individuals must uphold the profession to its highest and noblest and purest form. This has to be done, because too often I have seen, as a politician, values being compromised, quick bucks being made, winks and handshakes being done to compromise the professional integrity of the profession that we belong to. So ultimately you have to answer for yourself, and that silent, lonely decision of your consciousness will be the ultimate arbiter of what you do correctly or wrongly.
Around 3,000 graduates were presented certificates at the event.
Well, that's a wrap of your primetime news for tonight. Thank you for joining us. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Nicola D'Zoiza.
And I'm Nadim Majid. Just a reminder to our viewers that the Ranbhoomi Unity Night, the culmination of the gala event marking the end of the Ranbhoomi Rally for Unity, is currently underway at the Golface Green. We invite you to head down to the Golface Green and be a part of this effort to foster national unity. Also in that spirit, we'd like to leave you with some food for thought for tomorrow, a quotable quote, if you like. It is only in the mysterious equations of love that any logic or reason can be found. Good night and good luck.
Take care.